Great to have you here. In our first story, the Precious Minerals Marketing Company, PMMC, says gold dealership organization Mensgold is not licensed to buy and sell gold as suggested by the company and could be violating the law. The clarification by PMMC challenges claims by the chief executive of Mensgold, Nana Appiah said that the company has not flouted any of the country's laws to warrant a shutdown of its operations. Mr. Appiah, in a statement on social media, said his company has complied with all the necessary laws governing its establishment. The chief executive of Mensgold stated in the comment the company also exports the precious metal, that's gold, and shares the profit it makes with the people who bring it to them. According to Mensgold, the lease return paid to their clients 7% a month, which could translate to 84% a year. Speaking to Israel Lai, Managing Director of PMMC, Kojo Opare-Hammond, said such returns is highly improbable because the profit margins on gold are very small and at least nowhere near the returns being offered by the gold dealership. He disclosed that though the company was granted a license in 2014, it has long been revoked. He tells JoyNews PMMC will take action if it is confirmed the company is violating the law.
Our records indicate that in 2014, the year 2014, they came for a license to buy and sell gold, i.e. to trade in gold. But when they took the license from us, it came to our attention that they were doing this kind of business in terms of asking people to come and invest in gold and get profits or dividend or interest, whatever they call it. And when this came to our attention, we called them and told them that that is not the purpose for which the license was given to them, and so they should stop. But after several warnings, written plus verbal, they still continued. So we had no option than to revoke their license. And I must say that I think by the year 2015 or so, the license was revoked. And after that, we also published in the newspapers to let Ghanaians know that they do not have the license from PMMC, Precious Minerals Marketing Company, to do the kind of business that they were doing.
So as far as you're concerned, if they're dealing in gold, it's against the law?
Certainly it is, because you cannot buy, sell, or trade in gold without a license from PMMC. And I can say emphatically that as we speak to you now, they do not have a license from PMMC.
Right. Could it also be that maybe they don't have a license from you, but they are doing a kind of business that requires a license from some other government agency, maybe the Minerals Commission?
Well, I only heard yesterday from one of their officials. In fact, it's yesterday that it came back to us that they were actually saying that they were buying and selling gold. And then the official indicated that they have a license to buy and sell gold from Minerals Commission. But I must say that for me, it's not right, because Minerals Commission would normally give you a license to export. And of course, I think there's a small clause that says that you buy gold for export. And I don't know whether that is what they are relying on to do this. But if that's what they are relying on to do this, then that is totally wrong. You are supposed to buy the raw gold, and then you package, and then you export. Now, let me say that even with the exports, no individual or company can export gold without coming through PMMC. And that is what we have been charged to do, and we are doing that. Yes, on a few occasions, Mensgold have come into to export gold through us, the raw gold. But I want to emphasize that we have not, we who have been clothed with the powers to issue license for trading in gold, have not given that to Mensgold as of now.
Right. Now, talking about exports, they have actually indicated, the CEO has put something on Instagram that says that they actually export gold and that they're the largest gold exporter in the country. What does your record show?
Well, that is not true. Our records does not show that they are the largest exporter. No, there are others who are doing far better than them. We, at the end of every month, do a league table to look at who is doing how much of gold exports. And consistently, they've been in 4th or 5th place. That's what our record shows.
And what sort of values are we looking at? Are you able to tell us how much gold they have exported since they started business, or probably in the last, since this year, the beginning of this year?
Yeah, well, it's very difficult to tell immediately, but conservatively, when I checked from our office, they are doing, in the last maybe 5 months, they've done about $60 million worth of gold exports.
So $60 million worth of gold, well, that's quite significant, but how realistic is that if you've exported $60 million worth of gold in the last 5 months or so, that you can return an interest of about, or dividends of in the least of about 7% to somebody who buys gold from you, which would then mean that you, and this 7% is in a month, which then means that the person who's dealing it should earn far more to be able to return the profit of 7%, because in some instances it is actually up to 10%.
Yes. Israel, that is highly impossible, it's highly impracticable and unrealistic. For those of us in the industry, and anybody in this business will tell you that the margins on gold are 1%, 2%, at the most maybe 3%. For instance, I just checked with the world market price and with some of the gold dealers, and they are quoting $38,000 for a kilo. And then I said, how much would you sell to me? They said, look, the best we can do for you is about $37,000, which means that when I buy it at 37 and sell it at 38, I'm only making about $1,000. I mean, $1,000 is about just less than, how much is that? Maybe less than even 1%. But that's how much you are making on a kilo of gold. So I don't know where they are getting that 7% or 10% from. There is nowhere, and I want to be very, very, very emphatic here. There is nowhere in the world where you can take gold, invest in, and make 7% return on a monthly basis. I want to challenge anybody to come and tell us. There are those that we have the Association of Gold Exporters in Ghana here. We have the Gold Merchants Association. We have other gold dealers. You can talk to any one of them and ask them whether it is the Singapore Exchange or Dubai or the London Bullion Market or anywhere, or maybe even Switzerland. I don't know where you can invest your bullion or your gold bars and be able to make that kind of return, because they are talking about, even if it's 7%, that's 84% per annum. I mean, that sounds ridiculous.
Now, Mr. Opare-Hammadi, could it be that you're a governmental agency, and in the last several years you haven't returned paid any dividends to governments? Could it be that you're hiding behind your inefficiencies to suggest that this is not possible? We are probably being very smart.
Not exactly so. The gold market is a very volatile market, and on a few occasions in trading in gold, that's many years before I came here, they have suffered some very serious losses because of the volatility in the market price. And let me again say that it's very, very difficult to make that kind of margin that they are talking about. No one can make that. That's, I don't know. I mean, I find it very, very strange that they say they can make 7% per annum on the gold that they are buying. I don't know where they are getting that from.
Mr. Opare-Hammadi, if you're hearing that they're making such fantastic returns, probably it's time PMMC sent your gold there for them to trade for you and give you some good money.
Yeah, maybe if that's interesting. If we find out that yes, they have maybe found other means of making that much margin, and it is good, then why not? We all of us will now mobilize our gold and go and give it to them and take the money from them. But Israel, I can bet with my last this thing that I don't believe that they are really making that much money. We need to. That's why I said I've asked my officers to try and engage them since this news came out yesterday, and to find out exactly what they are doing and how they are going about this kind of trading. Of course, as the ones who are in charge and clothed with that authority, we want to do that. We want to engage them. Maybe if they have found some other ways, some ingenuity that makes them make this kind of margin, then I think that we must, yes, encourage them as a country and probably encourage all of us who are in this industry that, look, let's go and learn something from Mensgold, and then based on that, as long as it's a good thing, why not? Then we can all use that to make more money for government and, of course, for ourselves.
Now, looking at the kind of business model that they have and they're talking about, you've already gone ahead to indicate to us that they are flouting some law if they are actually dealing in gold, which is something that they have claimed. Can you as PMMC, or what can you as PMMC do if you realize that indeed they are flouting some law? Yeah,
well, that's why I said we are going to engage them, we're going to meet with them, we're going to have some discussions with them, some interaction. And if we find out that, yes, what they are doing is wrong, it's illegal, then we'll let the appropriate laws and apply, in terms of whatever sanctions that need to be applied and etc. Of course, then the appropriate agencies are the ones who should take it up, because if anyone is engaged in illegality in this country, we have the appropriate agencies that must enforce or ensure that the illegality is stopped, and then the person is brought to book.
All right. It turns out that everybody keeps on talking about the fact that there may be something going wrong at Mensgold, or Mensgold may be doing something wrong, but nobody is willing to act. Everybody seems to be just warning. Why is that so?
I don't know why you... This question is quite interesting, but Israel, for us, we acted. And we acted by revoking their licenses. We acted by also publishing in the newspapers and telling everybody that don't deal with Mensgold because they do not have the license to trade in gold.
So you acted.
Others have not acted. I don't know why they have not.
Well, the Bank of Ghana has also acted by putting out a similar notice, but the Mensgold is continuing to be in business.
Well, then it's up to those who need to ensure that they do not continue in this illegality to come out and stop them.
But who?
That's an interesting one. They claim that Minerals Commission is the one that has given them the license to do this. So it's left with Minerals Commission to come out and to say, look, yes, maybe we gave you license to export, but not to trade. And that if you are doing that, then we are sorry you are using our license wrongly, and therefore maybe either you stop or we take the license from you.
Shouldn't the agencies involved probably come together and decide that they must act in unison?
I think we have to. I think Bank of Ghana, PMMC, Minerals Commission, Securities and Exchange Commission, all those who are involved in whatever thing that they are doing, especially in terms of, taking money and promising people to give them a certain return and all of that. I think that falls in the remit of Bank of Ghana, and probably they have to actually act very swiftly. Putting up a notice may not be that. It may not be enough, The whole thing is that this is something that is happening in Ghana. We should be careful that Ghanaians do not, in the long run, get shortchanged because they are putting their money at a place with an understanding and with a belief that they are involved in a genuine investment. And like I said earlier, if it is something that is good, that is genuine, why not? We want to encourage it. We want to encourage everybody to do that. But let's properly investigate, find out what they are doing, and if there is something wrong with this, then the appropriate agencies, including the police and all those who are the law enforcers, would come in and should come in and stop it.